Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Chess Diagnostic. So, today is the day that I'm finally learning how to play the knight versus bishop endgame, the checkmate. Now, it's kind of funny, but I've actually had two winning positions against 2200 players. You could see that the opportunities that I've had to play 2200 players, I have two draws. And just given my luck, both of those draws were my inability to checkmate with the bishop and the knight. So I had a completely winning endgame, and I just couldn't finish them off because I didn't know the method. Now, I'm going to go over not necessarily how to play this endgame, but I'm just going to do it live and just make sure I've been drilling it this morning. And there's multiple methods, but the method that I learned from this morning was the Danny Wrench chess.com video, which actually is very good. And I'm just going to get into it here. So you would think that those two draws that should have been wins against Masters would have provoked me to finally learn this endgame, but it still didn't. And what did was actually a bullet game where I got a bishop and a knight, and I was just so frustrated. I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to take an hour or two and learn this endgame. And I didn't see too many videos. I saw a lot of videos teaching the theory of it, but I didn't see too many videos starting from a really ridiculous position. My dog's barking at me. Mr. Kitty is back in the house. All right, so it always seems like there's something in the way of me actually learning and succeeding with this endgame. And the reason I didn't learn it is because there's some methods that you have to learn, and I always thought kind of, it's not so important to know, and it happens very rarely. But given my luck of running into this endgame, I'm finally learning it. So I set up this position, which seems pretty ridiculous, but it's just about the hardest position you could start in this endgame. And the reason it's hard is because you have 50 moves, and there's some rather unintuitive things that you need to know. So let's just start. I'm going to basically try to drive the king to a side of the board first. All right, let's practice it against a computer. All right. Get the knight in. So, of course, black wants to keep his king in the center. And what you want to do is you want to try to drive the king to the corner. Now, he's going to go to the wrong corner. You're going to either checkmate if you have a light square bishop on a8 or h1. And so black's going to try to go to the dark squares because you need your bishop to be hitting these squares. Now, of course, if you have a dark square bishop, then it's going to be on a1 or h8. All right, so let's figure out what to do here. All right. Now he's got to go back. Go here. And you do want to be careful when you're driving in the corner to not stalemate. Okay. Knight in. Drive him back. Now, you wouldn't want to go here or here. This is what I'm talking about. And you need to give the king a space to move. Let's go up here. All right. All right, so I want to get my knight here, and then I want to drive the king out of the corner, because the king can just go here and here, and so that's the first step. Step one, you drive the king to the corner. Okay, and now I'm doing this live. That's the hardest part. So I'm already at 18 moves, and I need to get going here. So I want my knight to be here to prevent him going here. And then once the king moves here, I want to bring the bishop to drive the king out. So let's reroute this knight here. All right. All right, so this is the thing that I learned from Danny Wrench, and this is the method that you have to know. So if the king tries to escape, what you do is he says the knight saves the day, the king leads the way, and now this is the hard part. If the king tries to run away, This is why this endgame's so hard. You want to bring your knight here, and then your bishop here, and now the coordination is perfect. And this is the benefit of learning this endgame, is you learn about the coordination between the bishop and the knight, which is quite hard. All right, so look at this box here. We have the box of the bishop with the king covering this square, and then with the knight and the bishop, and now they want to be on, the knight wants to be on the same color square as the bishop. All right, so from here, you basically move the bishop here, and then here, and now the box is closed in. So it looks like this is the hardest part too. Now it looks like, how do we prevent here? You can really, if you try to calculate it, it's hard. So what you do is you bring the king here, and then you bring the bishop back. And now the box is over here. All right, so of course the king can go here, so the main thing is to play the bishop there. The king here. Okay, see, I made a mistake. All right, so you want to bring the knight back. And now check. All right, so we're very close, under 50 moves. All right, what's the fastest way? All right. And now we're going to be checking either with the bishop or the knight. All right. Bring the bishop there. All right, I'll make a waiting move. Now you check, and then finally deliver mate. All right, that was a bit messy, maybe not the fastest, but I'm confident that I could apply this in any position now. All right, so let's start from this position and just go through the method. All right, protect the bishop. Drive the king back, which is rather intuitive. All right, so now he's in the corner. Step one, we've completed. Okay, be careful not to stalemate. If I went here, that would be stalemate. Let's see the quickest way. So I want the knight here and the bishop to be here, and my king right here. All right, drive him. All right, now we're in the same method in a different position. So it goes, the knight leads the way, the king saves the day, and then if the king runs away, you play the knight here. And then, as you can see, this is the dark square version of that. And now we have the box. King, bishop, everything is closed in for the king. Rather unintuitive and hard to find. So let's go from here. This is a different position, and let's close in the king. All right, now the box is much smaller, and it looks like he's going to escape. So you bring the king in front of the knight, and then you close off the box on this side. And now we're going to want to check, or at least bring the knight, reroute the knight there. All right, first let's drive the king. And then check. And now the knight's covering that square. Bring the king in, check him. All right, make a waiting move. I did something wrong here. Check. Okay. Have to make another waiting move. Now I can... Okay, one more. Check, and then mate. All right, finally. That was in 35 moves, quicker. It just needs to be under 50 moves.